Okay, so it's about a week or so later and the hub arrived. All right, so here's the part number. Okay, so it's got the right tooth count, 50 teeth, and a couple of little differences. This one doesn't have a port on it like this one does. See right there, there's a port. I don't know if that's going to be critical or not, but other than that, most everything's the same. See that recess right there? Well, that recess is right here on this one. Now I have the camshafts locked, as I showed you in that other video, and I have the crankshaft locked. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hub off and we'll compare them on the bench, and I'm going to take this one apart and see what's wrong with it inside. I've been curious about that for quite some time, but yeah, this was $80 delivered, and I got this from AliExpress. Came from China, took a couple of weeks to get here, and we'll see if it's any good. Okay, so with the camshafts locked, I should be able to undo the bolt on here, and it's a 21 millimeter, and all I've got is for 21 right now is this impact socket that I use to take the crank bolt off, but that does fit. It will fit on there. But before I do that, I'm just going to mark the old one. I'm not sure if it matters or not, but I usually like to mark stuff before I go doing anything drastic. So let me think, how can I mark this? It looks like that little, with that turned all the way that way, this is right at the top. So I don't know where I can mark that. I can see this tooth here. That little tooth there is right in line with that cover. Right there. That looks pretty good, and then this is right at the top. All right, that should be okay. Let's see if we can get this to loosen. Yeah, it's pretty tight. Okay. And we should be able to see that diamond washer here in a moment. Let's see here. Okay. That doesn't appear to have a washer on it, unless the washer goes in behind. Let me see here. It comes out. Yeah, straight out. There's no key on that. That's just completely round. Doesn't seem to be in there. Oh, maybe, yes, it is in there. I can see the little tabs of it there. There's 3 little tabs. You see that? So there was a diamond washer, or a friction washer, that holds everything in place when you torque it. Otherwise, this would just spin with the timing chain. That fixes the gear to the camshaft. And they both have that, and then so does the crank. All right, so that's where that goes. Okay, let's take this over on the bench and take a look at this one and see what's going on inside of it. Okay, so here's the 2 hubs. And they seem pretty close. Okay, so let's see if we can get this one apart and try and figure out what's wrong with it. I'm just going to put a rag under it. Oh, I got too tight on it. Okay. And what size is that? That's a T30. All right, let's see what we can get out of there. Okay. Okay. That's very good that they came out. Let's see what we have here. I might want to draw a line on it. I don't think I'm going to be using this hub again, but I'm just going to draw a line on it for the reference down the side. So let me see here. Find a reference point here. I'll just go straight down here for this one here to that tooth, just to keep a record of it. Sometimes you take something apart and you realize, oh, I wish I would have marked it. Okay, so there's a plate here. Let me see. All right. We get our first look down in here. Now there's this hub. See how what happens here is, so the timing chain runs on here to the other camshaft down to the crankshaft. That's in a fixed loop, okay? So as it's turning, if you want to change how the valves open and close, you know, to adjust them a little bit, you normally can't do that. It's fixed with the gearing. But how this works is there's oil that comes in through that port on the back, and it moves this center piece that this is locked to the end of the camshaft. So it allows the hub to move independent of the camshaft a little bit. So you can put oil in here, and the oil comes behind one of these, you know, all on one side, moves it over a little bit. Oil comes in on the other side, moves it back. So it's continually adjusting this. So it's adjusting how much the valves stay open for how long, and how long they stay closed. So it's a little bit of an adjustment that helps with fuel economy and power. I don't see anything amiss there. It seems like it's working back and forth the way it should. Maybe we're still chasing a ghost here with this. Let me see if I can lift that out of there. Well, it looks like this acts like a piston ring running against the inside of that to seal the oil in. Oh yeah, there's more than one. There's 1, 2, 4 on the inside, and 1, 2, 4 on the outside of those pins there. And they seem to be intact. So how would we get this apart? Just in case it matters. Yeah. So this all gets held in by, I don't think there's another bolt in it, is there? Let's take a look. What else is there? There's that little thing there, right here. It must be the control valve somehow. I don't know. Huh. All right. I don't know what's holding it on there now. Oh, it's coming up. It comes up like that. I just lifted it up. It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with that. Nothing broken. There's a pin here. I've read where some people say that the pin breaks, the locator pin, but there's a pin right here. That seems to be intact. Nothing would indicate that it would rattle. Let me see here. That's just straight through for those ports. It's 4 holes. The oil would come in 4 different ways. I can see none of those are blocked. I don't know. I expected to see something broken here. Give me time. I'll break it. I'll drop it and break it. Let's take a look at what goes on in here. Oh. Doesn't want to go up or down. Okay, I've been looking at this. I couldn't see any wear, and I don't see much wear yet, but this pin is supposed to lock it. This is how it works. Is you can see there's a groove where the pin goes, and there's an elongated slot. And at first I thought that was worn by the pin, and I thought, no, that can't be. It almost looks like it's machined that way. But in essence, how this works is when the engine stops, what happens is that little pin locks this in one spot. So when you go to start your engine, the timing is fixed, okay? And only after oil pressure builds up does that pin get pushed back, and then this is allowed to move back and forth and make those micro adjustments to the camshaft, according to the engine computer. And so and then when the engine stops again, it locks it again in that spot. But what I was finding, and you saw in the earlier videos, I would take the VVT hub and I could turn it back and forth like that. This was with the engine stopped and no oil pressure to it. It would go clunk, 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 clunk. And I'm thinking that was the source of the noise. So what I'm going to do, just briefly, is I'm going to take the new one and I'm going to bolt it onto the end of the camshaft, and I'm going to see if it's got that same play in it. I really don't want to have to take this one apart. Something brand new, you know. But I am going to try that. I'm going to bolt that on just tight enough to see if I can move this at all, or if it's locked solid, and that'll tell me that maybe that pin is not acting the way it should. Even here on the bench, it moves back and forth with no oil pressure. Let me see here. That's closer to that side, so this would be the bottom. So yeah, let's see here, like so. Push the pin in. Okay, so that's not locking it. You see that? It's not, that pin is in there and there's no oil pressure to it, and this is not locking it. You know, I got this movement back and forth, similar to what I had when I had it on the car. I could roll it back and forth a little bit with the chain off, right? So let me go down. Let's put this on the engine and see if it's got the same movement. Now we don't have any of those locking washers or anything here, but should be able to get this tight enough to see if it works. Now, let's see. See, that doesn't move anymore. That doesn't move like the other one did. The other one, I could slop it back and forth like that, which tells me it's something to do with that pin not locking it. This one's locked. See that? I can move it just a little tap. Not even the distance of a tooth. So that's probably what it was. Just doesn't seem evident inside that other one. But I think we're getting closer to it. We're gonna install this the proper way, get our chain on, put this engine back together. I think we've got it. Because you can see that doesn't rock. The other one was going, you know, that full stroke, you know, 15 degrees or something.